It's time for spelling analysis and to continue to apply the phonograms and spelling rules we've been learning. The first word is detail. Every detail in that painting is amazing. Detail. Go ahead and say detail. All right, how many syllables? 2. We will say to spell D-tail. What will we say to spell? D-tail. All right, let's sound it out. The first syllable is D, D-E. The second syllable is tail, T-A, two-letter A that you may not use at the end of English words, ul. Go ahead and write D-tail. And as you write it, be sure to sound it out. Excellent. Now help me to write it. The first syllable is D, D-E. The second syllable is tail, T-A, ul. And how will we mark it? We'll put a line over the E. Why? A-E-O-U usually say their long sounds at the end of the syllable. Here it is at the end of the syllable. And we'll underline the A. Let's read it. D-E-T-A-L, detail. Excellent. The next word is spray. The spray from the hose is hitting the house. Spray. Go ahead and say spray. Let's sound it out. S-P-R-A. Two-letter A that you may use at the end of English words. Excellent. Go ahead and write it, and as you write it, sound it out. Good. Now help me to write it. S-P-R-A. And how will we mark it? We'll underline the A. Let's read it. S-P-R-A. Spray. The next word is order. Would you like to place an order? Order. Go ahead and say order. How many syllables in order? 2. We will say to spell order. What will we say to spell? Order. Let's sound it out. The first syllable is or. The second syllable is der. D-er. The er of her. Go ahead and write order. Excellent. Now help me to write it. The first syllable is or. The second syllable is der. D-er. How will we mark it? We'll underline the or and the er. Let's read it. Order. Order. The next word is haircut. I will need to go get a haircut. Haircut. Go ahead and say haircut. How many syllables in haircut? 2. We will say to spell hair cut. What will we say to spell? Hair cut. Let's sound it out. The first syllable is hair. A, two-letter A that you may not use at the end of English words. The second syllable is cut. This is a k, s, a, t. Go ahead and write hair cut. Sounding it out as you write it. Excellent. Now help me to write it. The first syllable is hair. A, The second syllable is cut. K, t. And how will we mark it? We'll underline the A. Let's sound it out. A, k, t. Haircut. Which two words do you see working together to make the compound word haircut? That's right, hair and cut. And together they say haircut. The next word is ticket. Do you have a ticket to the concert? Ticket. Go ahead and say ticket. How many syllables in ticket? 2. We will say to spell tick at. What will we say to spell? Tick at. Let's sound it out. The first syllable is tick. T-e-k. That's right. It's a two-letter k. The second syllable is et. Et. Go ahead and write tick et. Good. Good. Help me to write it. The first syllable is tick. T-e-k. The second syllable is et. Et. And how will we mark it? We'll underline the k. Why could we use a two-letter k? It's before a single short vowel. Let's sound it out. Ik, et, ticket. The next word is evil. That was an evil-looking mask. Evil. Go ahead and say evil. How many syllables in evil? 2. We will say to spell evil. What will we say to spell? Evil. Let's sound it out. The first syllable is E. E. The second syllable is vil. V-E-L. Go ahead and write evil. Good. Now help me to write it. The first syllable is E. The second syllable is vil. V-E-L. How will we mark it? We'll put a line over the E. Why did it say it's long sounds? A, E, O, U usually say they're long sounds at the end of the syllable. Let's sound it out. E-V-E-L. Evil. And we often say evil. You'll notice that saying it's lazy or it's schwa sounds. And remember, any vowel may say their schwa sounds or I in an unstressed syllable or an unstressed word. The next word is head. I will pat my head. Head. Go ahead and say head. Let's sound it out. This is an E-A-D. Go ahead and write head. Good. Now help me to write it. E-D. And how will we mark it? We'll underline the E. What sound of E-A do we hear in head? That's right, it's the second, so we'll put a 2 over it. Let's read it. E-D. Head. The next word is braids. I think it would look good if we put braids in her hair for the wedding. Braids. Go ahead and say braids. Let's sound it out. Braids. B-R-A. 2-letter A that you may not use at the end of English words. D-Z. Braids. This is a S. Go ahead and write braids. Excellent. Help me to write it. Braids. B-R-A-D-Z. And how will we mark it? We'll underline the A. And what sound of S do you hear in braids? That's right, the second. So we'll put a 2 over it. Notice I have one braid, and then to make a noun plural, just add S, unless the word hisses or changes. So we have braids, and we added an S, and it's saying Z. B-R-A-D-Z. Braids. The next word is unit. We are on unit 5. Unit. Go ahead and say unit. How many syllables in unit? 2. We will say to spell unit. What will we say to spell? Unit. All right, the first syllable is U. U. The second syllable is knit. N-it. Go ahead and write unit. Good. Now help me write it. The first syllable is U. U. The second syllable is knit. N-it. And how do we mark it? We'll put a line over the U. Why did the U say it's long sound? A, E, O, U usually say they're long sounds at the end of the syllable. Let's sound it out. U-N-it. Unit. The next word is extra. Do you have an extra pair of sunglasses? Extra. Go ahead and say extra. How many syllables in extra? 2. We will say to spell extra. What will we say to spell? Extra. Let's sound it out. The first syllable is X. X. The second syllable is tra. T-R-A. Use an a-a-a. Go ahead and write extra. Good. Now help me write it. The first syllable is X. X. The second syllable is tra. T-R-A. And what sound of a-a-a do you hear? That's right, you hear the broad sound, ah. And A usually may say it's broad sound at the end of the word. So we have extra, and we actually say an sound. So this is an example again of a vowel saying it's schwa sound. So let's sound it out. Extra. The next word is poison. That is a yellow poison dart frog. Poison. Go ahead and say poison. How many syllables in poison? Two. We will say to spell poison. What will we say to spell? Poison. Let's sound it out. Oi, two-letter oi that you may not use at the end of English words. Zon. Z, use a s, z, ah, n. Go ahead and write poison. Good. And now help me to write it. The first syllable is poi. Oi. The second syllable is zon. Z, ah, n. How will we mark it? We'll underline the oi. And what sound does z do here in poison? The second. That's right. Let's sound it out. Oi, z, ah, n. Poison. The next word is chair. There's a rocking chair in the living room. Chair. Go ahead and say chair. And let's sound it out. Ch, a, two-letter A that you may not use at the end of English words. Go ahead and write chair. Excellent. Now help me to write it. Ch, a, And how do you mark it? You underline the ch and the a. Let's read it. Ch, a, chair. The next word is zero. The score is 0 to 5. 0. Go ahead and say 0. How many syllables in 0? 2. We will say to spell zero. What will we say to spell? Zero. All right, the first syllable is Z. Z. This is the phonogram that only says Z. E. The second syllable is ro. O. Go ahead and write zero. Excellent. And help me to write it. The first syllable is Z. Z, E. The second syllable is ro. O. And how will we mark it? We'll put a line over the E and the O. And why did they say they're long sounds? A, E, O, U usually say they're long sounds at the end of the syllable. Let's sound it out. Z, E, O, 0. The next word is laptop. I need to use my laptop for that. Laptop. Go ahead and say laptop. How many syllables? 2. We will say to spell laptop. What will we say to spell? Laptop. Let's sound it out. The first syllable is lap. Ap. The second syllable is top. Op. Go ahead and write laptop. Good. Good. Now help me to write it. The first syllable is lap. Ap. The second syllable is top. Op. And let's read it. Ap. Op. Laptop. Question, if you have a laptop computer, where do you use it? That's right, you use it on top of your lap. So it's called a laptop. The next word is computer. The computer is, the battery on the computer is going dead. Computer, go ahead and say computer. How many syllables in computer? 3. All right. We will say to spell computer. What will we say to spell? Computer. The first syllable is com. K. Use a k. S. The second syllable is pew. P. U. The third syllable is ter. T. The of her. Go ahead and write computer. I like how you're sounding it out. That helps you be sure you write every phonogram. Computer. Good. Now help me to write it. The first syllable is com. K, The second syllable is pew. P, u. The third syllable is ter. T, How will we mark it? We'll put a line over the u. Why did the u say it's long sound? A, E, O, U usually say they're long sounds at the end of the syllable. And there it is. And we'll underline the Let's read it. Computer. Outstanding. Great work today.
combining the science of reading with the joy of learning. Learn more at essentials.logicoфenglish.com.